After 4 grueling months in Las Vegas, I, Diego Martinez, walked through the front door of my Austin home, expecting the sweet relief of my own bed. I'd been busting my ass opening a new restaurant location, and the deal wrapped up a week early. No one knew I was coming back, not even me. Really. I thought I'd surprise myself with an early homecoming. Big mistake. The second I stepped inside, my jaw hit the floor. My living room was a riot of color, packed with over 100 strangers celebrating a quinceañera. Mariachi music blasted from my backyard, and a chocolate fountain bubbled in my dining room. A teenage girl in a dazzling pink ball gown twirled under a banner that read, "Happy 15th birthday, Isabella. Welcome to the Martinez family tradition." My family name. My house. And I didn't know a single soul here. A blonde woman in her late 40s, clutching a clipboard and wearing pearls like she owned the place, was barking orders through a wireless microphone. She was Margaret Thompson, the epitome of a HOA nightmare, acting like some high-end event planner. When she spotted me standing there with my luggage, her smile froze. Before I could say a word, she whipped out her phone and dialed 911. "There's a dangerous man breaking into my event," she declared, her voice dripping with fake panic. "My event," she said. "In my own house." I was dumbfounded. How long had this woman been squatting here? What else had she done? The scene was surreal. My house was lit up like a carnival. Cars lined the street, and the party was in full swing. Professional decorations, a mariachi band on my patio, and my family photos plastered everywhere with little placards reading "Martinez family through the generations." Worst of all, my father's Purple Heart, earned in Afghanistan before he died, was displayed in a glass case labeled "Martinez Family Military Heritage." Seeing his sacrifice turned into a party prop made my blood boil. I marched up to Margaret and demanded, "What the hell is this?" Her response was a patronizing smile. "This is a private family celebration. Are you catering staff? Kitchen's out back." When I told her this was my house and pointed to my father's medal, her face twisted. "Sir, I understand you people get passionate about family stories, but this is documented Martinez heritage. Maybe you've confused yourself with TV tales." I lost it. "I'm Diego Martinez. This is my house." The party froze. The mariachi band screeched to a halt, and 100 guests stared at me like I was the intruder. Isabella's father approached, furious. "We paid $15,000 for an authentic Martinez family venue. Where the hell have you been?" I shouted back. "In Vegas for 4 months. This woman's been living in my house." Margaret, unfazed, grabbed her microphone. "Everyone stay calm. We have a confused individual. Sometimes people from certain backgrounds develop attachment disorders to properties they've worked on." She pulled out a folder of official documents, business licenses, brochures for Martinez Cultural Events LLC, even event insurance. She had the gall to tell me, "You're scaring our guests with your aggressive energy. You need to leave before I call the police." Meanwhile, I was showing everyone my driver's license, mortgage app, and photos proving this was my home. Isabella's mother looked skeptical. "If this is your house, why weren't you here?" I explained my Vegas job, but Margaret cut in. "This man's having an emotional episode. You know how some communities cling to material possessions." Both of us called 911. Detective Emily Carter arrived to a bizarre scene. A massive quinceañera, a family who'd paid thousands for a legitimate venue, and 2 people claiming the same property. My deed, mortgage, and utility bills checked out, but Margaret's polished business materials muddied the waters. That night, holed up in a Motel 6, I Googled my name and uncovered a nightmare. Margaret had built an online empire called Martinez Family Cultural Center with 5,000 followers. She'd hosted dozens of events, quinceañeras for $15,000, weddings for $25,000, baptisms for $8,000, even cooking classes for $200 a head using my identity. She'd raked in over $50,000 a month, spinning a fake history about my family as 4-generation Mexican tradition bearers who'd built the house in 1890. In reality, I'd bought it 2 years ago with restaurant profits. My parents immigrated in 1985. Neighbors told me Margaret had shown them my fake death certificate, claiming I'd died in a car crash in Guadalajara. She'd even held a memorial service for me, charging $75 a head for catering. She'd scammed neighbors with a $200 monthly Martinez family security service, claiming Mexican cartels were targeting the area because of my restaurants. The total haul: over $236,000 in 4 months. But it wasn't just money. She'd commodified my Mexican heritage, selling authentic experiences to non-Mexicans hungry for culture. My father's military service was her tear-jerking party trick. Then I learned she was hosting an annual Martinez family memorial the next night, charging $100 per person to honor my death. I hatched a plan to crash my own funeral. Hiding in the bushes, I watched Margaret transform my backyard into a Mexican cemetery, spectacle candles, a mariachi band, and a merch table selling Martinez family legacy t-shirts. She gave a tearful eulogy, claiming we were best friends and that my last words were, "Take care of the house, Margaret." I stepped into the candlelight and said, "Reports of my death are greatly exaggerated." Chaos erupted. Guests screamed "Ghost." Some fainted. Margaret called me an impersonator, but I rattled off details only I'd know. The secret ingredient in our family mole: chocolate and coffee. The scar on my hand from a childhood bike crash, my father's nickname for me, Pequeño Jeef. Neighbors started recognizing me, and the crowd turned on Margaret. I showed them bank records proving her $236,000 scam. She screamed, "I enhanced his cultural narrative. He abandoned this property." Detective Carter later found evidence of Margaret's next scam. 3 weddings booked for the same Saturday in my backyard, Mexican, Gothic, and country-themed, worth $75,000 combined. She'd collected $15,000 in deposits for events that couldn't coexist. We decided to let the chaos unfold. That day, 3 catering trucks, 3 decoration teams, and 3 bands, mariachi, death metal, and country, clashed in my yard. 3 brides arrived simultaneously, their processions colliding in a cacophony of music and confusion. The Mexican bride demanded to know why there were black roses. The Gothic bride was livid about hay bales. The country bride questioned the skeletons. Margaret tried to spin it, telling each group the other's decorations were thematic. I stepped in, revealing her fraud to 450 furious guests. They surrounded her, demanding refunds. She claimed, "It's not fraud if everyone had fun." At her arraignment, Margaret pulled a stunt that floored me. Protesters outside the courthouse held signs reading, "Justice for Margaret, stop corporate identity theft." She'd filed a countersuit, claiming I stole her Rodriguez identity and owed her $500,000. Her argument? She'd built the Martinez brand for 8 months, and I was a corporate imposter. She told reporters, "Names can be changed. I'm the real Martinez manager." In court, Judge Luis Hernandez, a Hispanic man, stared at her as she argued, "Identity is about cultural understanding, not genetics. I've studied Mexican culture more than he has. My evidence, birth certificate, DNA test, family photos, military records crushed her flimsy documents." The judge dismissed her case, awarding me $386,000 for her scams, defamation, and emotional distress. But Margaret wasn't done. Her cousin, Sarah, threw a freedom celebration at my house while Margaret was in jail, charging $25 admission for a Martinez Cultural Freedom Festival. I confronted Sarah, who called my deed photoshopped. My family, Uncle Juan, Aunt Maria, and Cousin Luis showed up with photo albums and stories, speaking fluent Spanish. The crowd, including Karen supporters and conspiracy nuts, realized they'd been duped. Margaret, on speakerphone from jail, screamed about corporate oppression. Detective Carter added charges: wire fraud, continued identity theft, and conspiracy. A cell search uncovered Margaret's 47-page plan to franchise Martinez Cultural Consulting nationwide, including a book, How I Became More Mexican Than Mexicans. Her court-ordered psychiatrist diagnosed delusional narcissistic personality disorder. She told me in jail, "I enhanced your legacy. You should pay me." Her racism spilled out. Mexicans don't build businesses without help. At sentencing, with 500 people packed in, Judge Hernandez handed down 25 years for 47 counts of fraud, identity theft, and civil rights violations. The courtroom cheered. 3 years later, my neighborhood thrives. We host a Not Dead Yet festival, and my restaurants boom with dishes like the Margaret Special full of bologna. The $426,000 judgment funds the Martinez Family Foundation, supporting identity theft victims and Hispanic students. Margaret, still in prison, claims she's Native American now, demanding casino rights. She accidentally united my family and community, proving no one can steal who you are. If you're in Austin, stop by Martinez Barbecue. The salsa's extra hot, just like this story.